Today I want to talk to you about your oldest friend. It's that inner voice that creeps in from the shadows. Psychology might call it or her your inner critic. You might refer to it as the devil on your shoulder, the inner bitch. I call her the Dark Muse. It's the voice that tells you you're not good enough, you'll fail, don't even try. But what if that voice isn't here to destroy you? What if it's actually asking for something? By the end of this video, you'll understand what that voice actually wants and how to respond to it so it stops running your life. I've been making friends with my Dark Muse consciously for about 8 years now. My background from being a detective to supporting women navigating their inner world has always been about understanding human behavior. Not just what we do, but why we do it. And what I've come to realize is this: the voice doesn't just go away. The question is, how do you relate to it? A short personal anecdote. After I published my first book, the Book of Revelations, which I'd written around that initial awakening which happens within yourself as you begin to clear the lens from the bullshit, excuse the French, that you've been living with or living under, I thought, yeah, that's it. I figured it all out. I'm going to be successful and everything is going to fall into place. Well, mic drop, that didn't happen. The book wasn't a bestseller yet. And basically the weight of my own expectations crushed me. I lost faith in the spiritual, I lost my sense of humor, and that was when she showed up again. She was raging, sad, helpless. But instead of shutting her down, I started to ask her questions. Why is this happening? What's this trying to show me? What's the point? Where's the learning? Because that's the part most people miss. That voice isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to protect you. It's just you don't quite yet know how to deal with it. And that became my second book, The Reckoning. What I'm quite certain of is that you, tuning into this video, have heard this voice too. And she goes like this: I look awful. I don't matter. Everyone is better than me. You've tried it before, it didn't work. And just like that, you just stop. So let's flip the script for one tiny second. What if that voice isn't the enemy? What's the cry for help underneath? I'm going to invite you to try something, and it involves getting a pen and some paper. It's not something you have to do now. You are forewarned, so maybe you can go back to the video, stop, etc. I'm going to suggest that instead of arguing with her, you ask her, who are you? Where are you speaking from? Like, if you tune in with your pen and your paper, like, where are you speaking from? Are you speaking from my head, or are you speaking from my heart? What happens to me when I listen to you? What do you want? What do you need? What are you trying to stop me from doing? Because when you do this consistently, show up to asking the voice those questions, something begins to shift. Underneath it all, what you're looking at is this: that voice, that inner critic, inner bitch, Dark Muse, that voice is you. It's you. It's your teacher, it's your mother, it's your father, it's society. You get the drift. Because she brings with it a message which is about you being less than, I would ask you to ask yourself, what is your own capacity to hold pain? What do you do when life isn't going your way? How do you speak about yourself? You know, in those moments, when you look at yourself in the mirror, how do you hold that? As a child, you know, maybe when you're writing this, you go back to these moments and there's a frequency match for when you were a child and you felt similar things. Like, how was this handled for you? As a teenager, how did you cope? When you lost your job or left your job, when you left the relationship. And here comes the philosophical bit. You're in the process of undergoing big changes in your life. You have felt it, and you're watching this and you're reading all the books because you want life to change. And we have to understand is that you are trying out new ways of being, new ways of living, after years of living another way, after years of walking a path which is full of patterns, old patterns of behavior, and those are really deeply imprinted. Whilst those are painful and you want to change from those, because that's the deepest groove that you've walked, that's the easiest one to fall back into. You are wanting to carve a new path in your life, and you know it from deep in here. And it takes real commitment and grit to start something new. The part of listening to that voice, asking the voice the questions, is part of airing things from within which were stuck. It's a slow, long process. And sometimes you'll feel like you're winning, sometimes you'll feel like you're losing, but actually maybe it's neither winning or losing. Maybe it's just living, right? Maybe it's just learning. Maybe it's leaving it for 24 hours and then just starting again. But the real question then becomes, how do you choose to show up to this voice, for this voice? Do you ignore her? Do you listen? Or do you meet her with something softer? So do you cry her out? Do you shout her out? Do you go and give her a bath? Do you take her out for a walk? Do you give her a lay down? Do you let her speak? There's no right, there's no wrong, just inner exploration into new territory. Does this voice ultimately need love? And crucially, how do you as a human being express love out? Sincerely, from my heart to yours, I hope this has helped and given you a small tool to try and begin that deciphering process of who the voice is, what she's trying to tell you, and to reframe why she's in your life. Maybe she's asking you to really step into the change. And that's hard. So I'll leave it there for now. It's a broad subject, but in the meantime, I'd love to know. So if you want to talk to me, I don't bite. So do let me know in the comments what the one recurrent phrase is, that inner voice, that your dark muse is saying to you. I know mine at the moment is, especially in respect of making these videos, it's you'll get bored. You change your mind about what you want to do every 2 seconds. Really? Let's talk about that. If you're watching this and deeply resonating with the core of the inner work and you want a bit more to reflect on in the privacy of your own bedroom, sun lounger or sofa, then I have written 2 books which speak exactly to what lies beneath the surface. Those are the Book of Revelations right here, which I published in 2021, and then the one about the Dark Muse primarily, which is The Reckoning. Both available on Amazon worldwide. Thank you for watching. See you next time.